Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sergio, and today we're going to do a guitar tutorial on the Tango, Choclo, a very famous Tango, and I've arranged this for intermediate players. If you'd like to hear a full performance of this piece, you can go to the link below, and also there is sheet music available, which I'm going to share to you on the screen, but of course if you want to support the channel, you can buy the sheet music. So let's go from the start. I'm going to play the first phrase. So we have this melody with a little trill at the end, which sort of moves up almost like an arpeggio, but we're playing the notes twice. There's a bit of growth there. We want to phrase it out such that there's a bit of crescendo and it's building up to this note. It's supported by bass notes, which is in a kind of a tango rhythm, 3-3-2 rhythm, and we're still in A minor. So now the trill, you're going to have to play with the fourth finger because we have the A minor like that. So that would be your first technical challenge. If you have trouble with the trills, any of the triplet trills, you can just leave them for now. You can just play it like that. All right, then we're still in A minor, and we're going to play the fifth fret A, and work our way back down the arpeggio. This A minor. Then I'm shifting from this A to the D on the 7th fret, and this just gives me expressive thirds possibilities. So it's like a suspended chord, and we have the B, E here, right? And it's a question-answer type situation. Sort of chord response is another way to put it. Question, and then it's answered by that. And then we start again. This time we're in E, E7. So there's little E7 chords. And then I've kept the F there, and this has kind of become E7 flat 9, or a little bit of a diminished feel. We have that triplet again with the bass cadence, 5-1. And then E, D sharp, we move up to the 7th fret with the B, pull off, then we have to get to this bass note here, like that, and then the B here. So we're sort of doing a little bit of cross string. A little bit tricky to get that rhythm, but once you get it, it works really well. Just going from there to there, it just takes a little bit of control, and then we're back to that triplet, and we finish with that. Repeat the first phrase. Build. We're usually building to the 1, the first beat, so you're sort of thinking about that arrival at that. A little bit of a breath. Change of chord and sort of change of key, heading towards D minor, so we have an A7. Then we do we keep, then we do the E. I'm going to do the next chord like that. So keep this moving along the 2nd string, and almost like a gliss, and then resolve to here. Okay, that's our D minor, and then we go back to first position, like that, and then we have these final 2 phrases, and then we do it these 6 D, C, B, A, and I keep them fairly light with strong, short. All right, so that's the first section done. We now move into like the relative major, which is C, starting on a G7. I'll just do a little strum, down, up, up, and then keep going. So sounds a bit odd on its own, but in context it works. Back to the C. Okay, so that's an interesting bar, kind of 2-part writing. And we have G7. Keep that F, that 4th finger on the F here, and then we slide it across. So a little bit of a tricky section there, but it works. I think it works quite well. And we're going to go up the octave for the next section. This is our E7, and then move to diminished chord, and then another diminished chord, like that. And I finger it there so that I can move to there quite easily. A minor. Back to the first position. Build up the phrase, building up towards an E7. F7, E, octave, octave. I've put a fermata there, so it just gives you a little bit of time to sort of savor that moment. And now finally we're in A major. And this is all in A major, this A chord here, and then thirds in E7, and we put our B, E chord there, staying in E7, pull off, still a B, still an E7 with a B bass, diminish up to D, and then this is our sixths. All right, and then the final section, this is quite a nice sort of change up. Instead of going to A, we go to an F7, and I like to play the F7 like this because I go, and I put this little diminished triplet resolving to a B minor with a suspension. F sharp B, that's our little bass ostinato, and then octaves, which I like to phrase like that, and then that all sort of fits together, ends in A, and we're ready to start back in A minor, which we do. We go back to the start, do our A minor first section and second section, and then we finish with, and then we move up the octave. Just keep those two fingers there, which is a really common way to finish tango. A little bit like Roland Deans does that at the end of his tango. Or you might want to go, which sounds a little more dramatic. So there it is, El Choclo. That's my version of this wonderful tango. I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and by all means check out the performance. Let me know what you think. This is a little bit more challenging probably as a piece. There's some more interesting harmonies that I've put in there, and I'm just sort of getting a little more confident. So let me know if the pieces are getting too challenging. Hopefully they're not. Well, that's it from me. Thanks again for watching to the end. That's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Roland Deans does that.